and welcome to BWI. Today, I'm going to be talking about a lot of the things in the WWE Women's Division. This, including all the way from the No Mercy matches to the potential Hell in a Cell match, Women's Hell in a Cell match, from reviewing the women's match on Raw, reviewing the couple matches on SmackDown, and even the whole repackaging and makeover of Emma with Emelina. So we're going to be talking all about that right now in this video, as well as Nia Jax, Paige, everything in the women's division. Oh, and TNA as well. We're going to talk about TNA. Why not talk about TNA? So let's go ahead and get this started. We're going to go ahead and start things off with Emelina. Now, I do have some strong feelings about this. I hated it at first. Really did. But I recently read an article, and I'm gonna see if I can find it again. I probably leave the description down. I mean, the link down in the description, which I'm very terrible at because I forgot to leave the link to the review on the description last video. So if I don't end up leaving it there, please comment down that I didn't leave it so I can go and put the link in, because it's a very, very interesting article, and it really did put my like, you know change my mind a bit on Emelina. While I do think that Emma's repackaging may have been a bit of a mistake, because I really do enjoy the Emma that we got, evil Emma. She was goat, dude. She was just goat. And I enjoyed it. So when they repackaged Emma and I saw the whole Emelina, just the name made me cringe, and the whole video package, quote unquote, because it really wasn't one. It looked like it was made by a third grader using photo grid. Um, it was just really, really bad. I didn't like it. But then I read the article, and basically what they were saying is that Emma could potentially be the Eva Marie of Raw, and one who's shallow and just is an actual dirty heel. Think of it kind of like Angelina Love, where like they can wrestle and she can wrestle and she can potentially just be that shallow airhead, that arrogant blonde sassy diva in a way. Which fans, the reason why fans are not taking it lightly is due to the fact that they're saying it's gonna set back the division a few years. It's not, if you really think about it. The division will never be set back again by just one person, because is it being set back with Eva Marie? Was it being set back with Eva Marie? No, in fact, contrary, it was just continuing and doing its own thing. So that's, seeing the article really did put change my mind that much. Because they were right in a way, because they were saying how Emma was really trying to bounce back into like the fray, and how she's trying to get back into the mix of things. This is, one of the women who competed in the first ever NXT Takeover Women's match. So her and Paige paved the way for Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, Bayley, Asuka, all the women who are thriving in all this success. And meanwhile, Emma is just being tossed around the back, because even Paige has been Divas champion. So I think the repackaging may work. But I didn't really think that she really didn't need it as much. I just really think that they needed to capitalize more on possibly giving her a better feud. But I'm not too mad about it. We're just gonna have to see how it works out. It could always be ruined. I mean, this is the Raw creative team we're talking about. It has Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn written all over it. So we just gotta wait and see. But yeah, moving on from that, we're gonna talk about Brie Bella. So Brie Bella, two things. She said that she would like to return to the ring once she has her child, once she has a baby. She's made it really clear about that. Well, guess what? Brie Bella will be giving birth to a baby in the spring of 2017, because she is pregnant. Her and Daniel Bryan are expecting their first child together, which is pretty awesome. It's a blessing, that the two of them can finally enjoy in their dream that they've been waiting for. This is something that Brie's been wanting. This is something that Daniel's been wanting, obviously, because it's the reason why Brie quit in the first place. So it's pretty cool. But then again, that means that, like I said, she said she has made it clear that she wants to return as soon as she has the child. So it's being said that it will be born, like I said, in spring of 2017. maybe around WrestleMania, maybe. I'm not saying she's gonna return like literally right after because of course she's gonna have to like take care of it and feed it and be a mother. But still, being pretty interesting to see Brie Bella back. I'm glad that she didn't return sooner, not due to the fact that she wouldn't maybe have had the baby, but because I think that Nikki Bella on her own is what we need. Because the Bella twins together, yeah, I gotta admit it, they do vary a bit the division. But with Nikki, or it's just Nikki being around, like she's putting women over, and so I'm enjoying that thoroughly. And even though she's one of my favorite women's wrestlers, and yeah, I'm seeing her lose, I'm enjoying the fact that she's putting women over because that's probably the thing I care about most is who's putting who over and who's showing more more interest in seeing the division succeed. So that's what Nikki Bella's trying to do. So I'm glad for Brie, and I'm glad that she didn't return sooner. And let's just all be happy for her. So that's one of the big things. Now let's go to another, a really big rumor going on. The Raw Women's Division is allegedly going to make big history. What do I mean by that? Well, there is being rumors after Sasha Banks won the title from Charlotte that at Hell in a Cell, their next exclusive Raw exclusive brand pay per view, however you phrase that, um, is going to be a Hell in a Cell match. This is big. This is really big. This is not like you know obviously like just one little match. It's gonna be the first ever women's Hell in a Cell. And it's something that's really catching my attention. Um, I wouldn't really have wanted to see Sasha and Charlotte be the women. For some reason, I was telling also my friend Sebastian, I was telling him, I was like, hey dude, um, did you hear about this? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, for some reason though, in my mind, I thought this was gonna be the possibility that Ivelisse, Velez, and Paige were gonna be the first ever to do it. I don't know. But regardless, this is big history making by the women yet again. Um, and it's also being rumored that it may even be the main event of Hell in a Cell, which is again really big deal for the women. So this is gonna be like the big question I'm gonna be asking everybody, whether you want to just think it, whether you want to vent it, or even whether you want to comment it down below. But what do you think about this? And who would have been your picks if you didn't want Charlotte and Sasha to be it, or if you wanted Sasha or Charlotte to face somebody else? Who would it be? Who would you put in Hell in a Cell? And what kind of match? Like a fatal four way Hell in a Cell, or like just a one on one? Like what would you have liked it to have been instead? Just that's a big question to just think about. Like I said, I would have liked it to have been Ivelisse and Paige, even though that would have been a long shot. That's just the kind of people. But I'm also very proud if this were to happen, because again, this is all just allegations right now, you know. But it's pretty interesting. When I was reading about this, I was like, it honestly, like I didn't think you would have asked me this last year. I would have been like, oh hell no, it would have never happened. Now like anything in the women's division is a possibility, from a Hell in a Cell match to a steel cage to a no DQ. Like now, this could possibly happen yet again. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to see how they play it out next Monday night. I'm looking forward to see how they play it out leading up to the pay per view. So it's gonna be interesting whether it's even gonna happen or whether it's not. But yeah, obviously. And speaking from one gimmick match to another, at No Mercy, we're going to be getting two women's matches, with Becky Lynch putting her SmackDown Women's Championship against Alexa Bliss in a one-on-one contest, and Nikki Bella finally going against Carmella. Now, it is no doubt that Becky Lynch and Alexa are probably going to tear the house down a bit, but what I really am more was more psyched for is the announcement of Nikki versus Carmella, because I was hoping that maybe this match is going to be a no disqualifications match. I don't know why I couldn't say no DQ just a minute ago, but either way, they were teasing it, honestly. Like, you can't tell me that they weren't. They were honestly making it look like what we were gonna get was a no DQ match with Carmella and Nikki attacking each other and crap like that. It wouldn't have been a bad thing. I would have loved to have seen a no DQ match, them fight around the whole arena at least, or a falls count anywhere. Like, don't always have to be so extreme for it to be a no DQ match. Like, you can revisit Melina versus Mickey James where it wasn't so aggressive and it wasn't so extreme, but it was still great and it was a really cool match. At least a falls count anywhere would have been nice for me. I would have enjoyed that way more. But then again, one thing that plays a big factor is Nikki Bella's surgery, so I'm guessing that's one of the main reasons why it maybe didn't happen. But just saying maybe. I'm not saying it's the main reason, but like, would have really been more psyched for it. So hopefully they continue the feud with Nikki putting over Carmella because Nikki really doesn't need to be put over at the moment. You know, but Nikki, hopefully she puts over Carmella and they do have a no DQ match in the future. And I'm looking forward to No Mercy. I'm looking forward to seeing the women and at No Mercy, the whole No Mercy pay per view with the main event and with everything going on with the career versus title match. I'm very psyched for it. As for Hell in a Cell. Moving on to TNA, ending up this video and covering up the last bits of the women's division wrestling, whatever. Gail Kim went into the TNA Hall of Fame. We saw Taryn Terrell, Awesome Kong, and Christy Hemme return to induct, basically, and talk about Gail Kim and talk about her accolades and wrestling and how she's a big inspiration. Gail Kim um, acknowledged Lita, Trish, Molly Holly, Jazz, Victoria, all the women in WWE and the women in TNA who have inspired her and who she's competed with. And it's amazing. It's amazing that Gail Kim is in the Hall of Fame, that she's being acknowledged somewhere. I love Gail Kim. I think she's an amazing wrestler. But the thing is, with Gail Kim, she won the TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. I don't think that it should have happened, believe it or not. I just don't think she really needs it at the moment. She doesn't need to be a 6-time Knockouts champion. She doesn't need to walk out of TNA Hall of Fame with the title intact. I think that record should have been left to Angelina Love because Gail Kim she's being acknowledged as the longest reigning Knockouts champion. Even though it's Taryn Terrell, they're acknowledging Gail Kim because Taryn Terrell left. So that's the main thing, that they need to leave accolades to the other ladies. And she didn't necessarily have to lose the match being pinned or submitted to have not won the title. They could have done a no DQ. They could have done something where Ali gets involved and Maria attacks Ali and Ali has enough and ends up attacking Maria. But regardless, we have Gail Kim make history yet again in that company. And she's one of the greats of this time. But one thing that really did bother me is that they refer to her as the greatest women's wrestler ever. No, no, no. No, no, no. Until I can see you dethrone Asuka, or I can see you probably do better in a match like Sasha Banks or something, I can't call Gail Kim the greatest women's wrestler. Probably the greatest women's wrestler in TNA at the moment or of all time, but never in the world. To me, there isn't really the greatest women's wrestler in the world, despite what PWI might say. There really isn't, because there's always going to be one person that's better at something than another person is. So that's one thing that always bothers me when wrestling companies do that and say oh, they're the greatest in the world. No, nah. But yeah. Anyways, that was basically it for this whole topics video of the women's division in the world of women's wrestling, should I say. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I did not do a SmackDown Live review. Don't think I'm going to be doing that. One, because it was too late. I couldn't upload it, I couldn't film it. It was way too late for me to do it. I had to do other things, so I'm not going to be doing one. But get ready for some more content on the way. And until next time, bye.